Well, we went for a test, and some of my friends were found HIV positive.
The children are going to be aware of HIV, its dangers, and how to keep safe.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Robert Mahomza, founder and president of SAS Foundation. I'm here to introduce to you the Immunization by Education strategy, IBES. This is a novel and Nobel Prize-winning HIV eradication strategy, and we strongly believe this is the ultimate model that should be used to eradicate HIV from the face of the earth. This is unlike abstinence, be faithful, and use condoms, ABC. This is a governmental strategy that was started in the late 80s when the prevalence of HIV had reached a plateau at 20%. With the application of ABC, the prevalence dropped all the way down to 6 to 7%. But ever since 2000, we have stagnated, and we believe the prevalence is on the rise.
I believe IBES is going to help my friends that are HIV positive so that they may be self-reliant, they may get advice and counseling.
This concept is directed to children of 0 to 14 years old. And some people will ask, why do you focus on 0 to 14 years old? The answer is this: children of this age are the only being at this time who can accept and are willing to take in new information, new ideas, and adopt them into their mindset. They are actually a blank page which must be filled by anything that the person who wants to do it wants to fill. At this stage, it is immunization by education strategy.
As you know, children grow up in various environments, and depending on the factors around them, they may or may not develop behavior patterns that may expose them to being infected with the virus. Many factors influence whether or not the child is prone to getting HIV, include the level of wealth, political instability, religious dedication, law enforcement, and education. Since education is given to almost all children in most countries, we feel it's a very robust tool that we can use.
Since IBES is just, a program that is always used to educate the children in primary schools, so I'm sure the children are going to be aware of HIV, its dangers, and how to keep safe.
Well, we went for a test, and some of my friends were found HIV positive. But suddenly for me, I was found HIV negative. They counseled them, gave them some advice, and they became strong enough to continue with the situation.
Currently, we are beginning to see an increase of number of children who have been born positive HIV from birth, and this is through no fault of their own. The first step is to get them to live healthy, and this we are doing by providing the care they need, nutrition, ART, that's the antiretroviral therapy, and whatever goes along with that. However, these children need still to develop a positive outlook and live positively with HIV. And this can best be done by sharing the same experience with an HIV positive mentor.
In Immunization by Education strategy, IBES, we employ mentors. We deploy mentors to schools. They talk to the children about the risks of the disease on a regular basis. And they give the children a chance to ask questions. And so it's interactive and very intense because they don't go once or twice, but they see them on a regular basis. And so this is more of a workshop really for the children, and we feel it carries more power because it goes beyond just giving some classroom lecture to the children.
I think it will help them to be aware of the virus. I think it is important because it will help children to become important people in the future, not contract HIV/AIDS.
mentorship training is a fundamental part of the mentorship program. It involves equipping mentors with the skills on how to handle and communicate with children in order to avoid being susceptible to HIV in the community.
If children used to do a certain thing before the program, like going in the toilets, and they just come straight away and they eat food, now we observe that they have changed. They know that when you go in the toilet, straight away, you come back and wash your hands. And also when you ask them about HIV/AIDS awareness, they are so informed. They tell you what HIV is. And they tell us that even when they go to their homes, they sensitize their parents about HIV. They even affect their siblings about that information. So we see that there is that growth.
Before me, I'm seated with two young girls. On my right, she's Christine, and on my left, she's Sharon. These children were abused by the family members, and Sharon was abused by the parents. They are living HIV positive. They are on antiviral treatment, and I came to know them because of Meeting Point, because as we are aware, Meeting Point cares for people living with AIDS and orphans. So after having known their situation, and nobody was ready to take care of them, as a mother, I had to take up this responsibility to keep this girl.
When the country embraces IBES, there is immunization by education strategy, I'm sure that there will come a generation free of HIV.
It's this point in time that we are calling on government to come up to embrace the IBES strategy, because we have observed and we have discovered that the ABC strategy starts a bit way forward, omitting many children. So together with government, we can make a good team, and we are also asking government to embrace this strategy so that it can have it as a policy, so that it can be implemented for the good of everybody. And I believe once we do that, then HIV will soon become history, and we shall see a very great step forward in eradicating HIV/AIDS.
Yeah, we are determined to roll out this program throughout the country because we feel it's important for all the children in this country to get the message. And right now, October 2009, we're here in Hoima, which is a 3-hour drive from Kampala, and we're launching the program here. And in the months to follow, we plan to go to the various towns in this country, educating the children and empowering them to be able to escape the scourge of the HIV virus.
As you have seen, IBES is the way forward. If IBES can be enacted in Uganda and the world over, we are going to change the face of HIV eradication as we know it. But if we are going to pass on our vision to the rest of Uganda and the world at large, we will need your help. We will need your monetary contributions. We want to use Uganda as a platform which has this strategy ingrained, and as a result can leapfrog to other parts of the world. Come 2010, would like to spread this message and get 300,000 children inculcated in our program. Currently, we have approximately 90,000 children in the program. In order to make this possible, we will need the cost of $3 per child per year. giving us a budgetary figure of approximately $1 million. We would like you to join us and contribute, because your contributions are not in vain. This is going to change the face of the world. IBES is not meant only for Uganda, it's meant for every one of us. It's not going to only affect and protect our children, it's going to protect everyone's children. Once again, I beg you to join me. But most important of all, I thank you for giving me this audience to give you and present this message of IBES to you. Thank you, and thank you very much.